Hi everyone, this is Aryan, and this is a raw process that I'm recording. So I am not using any scripts or like anything. This is like purely just me going with the flow of how I. This is just me showing my process on how I work when it comes to rethinking or redesigning websites. So in this video, mainly I'm just going to be redesigning this whole website. I think most of it because yeah, this will definitely take some time. Um, but yeah, let's see, how this goes. So I'm thinking to do more videos like this. I have done some of it in the past, I think for one or two brand, but that was just for like the first section. So if you like videos like this, then make sure to let me know in the comments. And yeah, let's get right to it. So this is the brand called Zalos. I hope I'm pronouncing it well. Um, and yeah, so this is an AI brand, which you can also see it from their domain, zalos.ai. So this is like a YC backed startup, and I came across this startup through Claude. So what they basically do is they automate all the tedious financial tasks or operations, as they're saying in the hero section. Um, so you only focus on the work that's important, right? So all the form fillings, all the like I've seen a lot of things that they've mentioned in the video. I think this is a very nice video. Like this summarizes everything. I'll actually mute it. Wait, I can't mute it. Okay, I can. Or actually I'll reduce the sound. You probably can't hear it since it's muted. Maybe I will unmute it first.
Matter how long you stare. What if you can run your finance operations with your eyes shut?
Yeah, so basically, as you can see, this is one of a very important keyword, or at least the lines, just to summarize the whole brand. I also have some, like a very quick audit that I did earlier, and basically what the product is. So I'm going to be pasting, all the important things in this FigJam file.
Meet Zalos. It's like having an invisible finance manager living inside your computer.
So another important keyword is like invisible finance manager. So let's just finance living inside your computer.
Clicking, typing, and getting the work done without you lifting a finger.
Get the work done without you lifting finger. Okay, that's good.
Replace repetitive finance processes with a computer agent. From logging into any ERP or website, completing forms, and cross-checking data across systems. And all you need to train the agent is a screen recording or written instructions about the process. And it's not just one agent. You can spin up
So I think
thousands at once.
this is another like thing that just makes it very, very attractive. Like there you can run thousands of agents. So you can potentially get so much work done under like very small time, right?
All
Let's see what
working
else is
in
there.
parallel, running 24/7, so you can focus on what
Yeah,
truly
on
matters.
truly what matters. So again, computer agents for finance operation, which is also here. So first, let's understand what's wrong with the website right now. I think if you are from a design background, you already know certain things, at least in terms of visuals. But visuals is not the only thing that makes a website. Like you need a very good offer, which I think they already have. It's just like literally automating the most boring tasks that are in finance, right? But the way that it's presented, and I think the target audience that it's catering to isn't serving too well. First, let's see like the breakdown that I've done. So I'm just going to be opening this PDF that I've made through like awesome screenshot. So first of all, as soon as you land, right, you see this very flashy. I'm not saying not like very flashy, but it feels to the target audience that is there, because I think when it comes to finance, the audience is mainly uh, around mid or late 20s to like a certain maybe 40 or beyond that, right? So I think also when it comes to finance, like the serious tone needs to be there, which I don't think it is following right now. It's very it's following that very common design trend that is there of using very over the top images, like showing something very how do I say it, somewhat of an unrealistic kind of imagery that is, I mean, this isn't also giving you like an idea on what's happening. It's just like someone staring um like from a skyscraper, right? So it's just like, first of all, it's not making a lot of sense. Secondly, it needs to show process. So this is like one of the main pointer here. We need to show this and not just tell it. I mean, this is good. Like the tagline is great, computer agents for finance operation, but I think it's a bit too broad or not very specific. But again, the very good thing that they've done is like they're explaining this heading with a very good description: automate repetitive finance workflows without having to change your finance systems, built for enterprise. Since it's built for enterprise, it needs to have that look and feel, which is just not there. And I think that another reason for that is like this is a very new product. So I mean, I can understand, they most of the investment or the work definitely went in the product. So yeah, this is there. And again, this is, I've already mentioned, this can be visualized a lot better. Are you still running finance ops in like it's in 2015? So much time wasted on repetitive tasks. So again, I think this is again a very good heading to start with, but this can appear like a lot better. And I think this video needs to be on the hero section. And the only reason that I'm saying is since this imagery isn't serving well. Like even if you take a look at contrast, right, it's a bit hard to read, even though they have like dimmed it with the opacity, but it's still not the best. Okay, so they have this. That's fine. Yeah, since we don't have any proper visual, it needs to be kept on the top. Let me see if my cursor is visibly at it. Weak process showcase, really hard to visualize. Again, yeah, like this just looks like any other block. Like you can easily miss it if you don't read it properly. So you provide this and then Zalos does this. It even when it comes to showing process, right, you need like a certain flow that is not here. It just looks like a difference table, like before Zalos, after Zalos. It's not like a process. So I think even the way that they've used a layout here is not the most ideal. Okay, so that is there, and I think this is one of the good sections, but it's not the best. Um, because again, when it comes to enterprise, you need like a certain design, like design style that needs to be there. That's not there. And secondly, even the imagery that you see, right, it's like these are very very generic imagery. Like um it's not adding that taste to the product. So if you compare these images, right, I think the lighting is very off. Like it needs to look like a proper system is in place, and it keeps on looping. It's just yeah, it's just very very anti-enterprise, if that makes sense. So yeah, this is there, and then you have audit. But again, I like the structure of how this section is, but the way that things are like explained is not the best. Even if we take a look at the UI of all these illustration, right? So yeah, a lot of randomness is there on the website, right? Built for enterprise finance teams, replace manual clicks with scalable. Okay, that's fine. Again, this just feels like you'll have to read through this to understand like that visual elements aren't there. So that needs a work. And I think even if you take a look at this, right? So this is basically like a marquee or ticker element which is repeated twice. So as you can see, Oracle is all it is getting repeated. It's just like the opposite direction, right? So that also needs to be sorted. And the way that they've highlighted things here, it's not best. Like this is not the best design practice. It just looks very cheap. But I do understand like what they're trying to say here. Like you don't need to redo something from scratch. Like it integrates to your system like very easily. Okay, then comes our team brings expertise in AI engineering. This is team section. This is fine. Again, I think it can be designed a lot better, but yeah, this is fine. And then comes this section. I really like the grids that they're using, but it's not being like used anywhere. So again, that inconsistency is there. Um, so yeah, that's mainly the website, I think. Yeah, then you have footer. So again, I think this is a very new company. Maybe like a year. Like they haven't updated their copyright here, so that needs to be done. But Yeah, I think it's been like a year or slightly more since this brand is there. So I do understand they're focused more towards their product. So now let's get into how we can make this better. So I'll try my best to cover most of the website because I don't think there's like a lot of section, but I also want to restructure the way that they have shown the information. So first, let's just quickly again summarize what they do, because a lot of the breakdown that I did earlier was more around the structure and the theme of it, right? So they build computer agents for enterprise finance operation. So enterprise is the main, the big brands, right? Not like any small or medium sized businesses, right? Um, the agents log into ERPs, spreadsheets, email, and internal tools exactly like human would, using username and password. They automate billing, reconciliations, month end reporting without requiring any system replacement. Works inside NetSuite, Sage, and all these technical terms, which I have no idea. um, every action is logged for audit purpose with enterprise grade security. Again, just like some words. The core insight is brilliant. CFOs hate ERP implementation because they take 2+ month, carry career risk. Zalos sits on top of what already is there instead of replacing. So it's basically like another layer of speed and security, kind of like if we think in that perspective. And these are like the keywords which we noted. So what if you can run your finance operations with your eyes shut, invisible finance manager living inside a computer, get the work done without lifting the finger. So let's see what we can do. So first of all, I'm also going to be using some AI here. So we're going to be doing some breakdown on Claude. Let's actually again copy this, and I'll actually add this to my project. Let's do the breakdown of this whole landing page. I wanted to understand the target audience, and I also want some sort of feedback and restructure of the whole website that uh, we can build. Not the best, but yeah, I think this will work. So since like it's going through this, so what we can do is we can build our own structure first, because I don't fully rely on AI. So yeah, I think for the hero section, wait, I think I'll actually bring the screenshot that I took earlier. So let's bring this. Yeah, okay, this is good. Wait, I think I'll need to capture this and then just replace it. Let's go. So this is the video. I think it missed it. But again, I think for hero section, I'll actually take it here. So it'll make a lot of sense. Okay, this is good. Okay, so now for the hero section, I will simply start by adding the desktop frame. Okay, this is good. So for the hero section, I think the headline needs some rework. It needs to mention something around automation, like what they have mentioned in description, right? A certain part of it needs to come in the headline. So that is their talk to our team is fine. I think the main call to action is taking them to Calendly, or yeah, this is fine. Mhm. Okay, I think this workflow works because again, this is like a quite new product, right? Um, this is there, and then we have, are you still running? This basically needs somewhat of a rework. Like we have to show it in a way that it looks and feels like it's directly talking to the user. I think that is being very well done in this heading, but this again can be refined. And maybe the video can come on top, or maybe at least we can have like a call to action showing that watch the video. So that's there. Um, then again, I think this section, like the structure is very nice, like the way that they've done it, but it's just not divided that well. Um, okay, this is there. You provide this and that. That's fine. Computer agents at work. Okay, it shows the process. Who is it for? this maybe can be shown a bit earlier, or we can show it in a way that we can add like a ticker or something. That also works with your existing systems. This part needs to come up. This is fine. A final call to action, again, this can also be refined. Then we have footer. So we'll try to make it even more compact, but a lot more informational than it is right now. So let's first start by quickly building a wireframe. So for that, I'm just gonna start by building the hero section. But first, let's actually also see what Claude has given us. Oops, okay, so for some reason Claude isn't working and my usage is a bit cooked. Wait, we'll have to, I'm not sure why this is doing, like it's been happening a lot today, like since yesterday. Oh God, let's do it again. I'll just quickly scroll to load everything up. Um, okay, I basically want you to do the breakdown of the landing page and pretty much give me a good idea on how this can be designed a lot better in terms of structure and copy. Just give it as a text format. Don't start building a landing page. So a lot of time what happens is when you give Claude command around like web design, for some reason it just start designing the website and it's very annoying. So I just had to make sure that I mentioned this. Okay, let's wait. Again, it's showing that. So it's fine. I think we can figure this ourselves also. Okay, it actually worked. That's fine. Okay, yeah. As you can see, it's again giving the same idea, right? What I was saying, descriptive but not persuasive. It tells you what the product is, but not why it matters. Um, yeah, again, this is like the strongest copy. So again, that's pretty much the same. Yeah, again, weak execution, two column contrast idea works for principle, but the copy is too weak. Yeah. So if we take a look at section by section, okay, this is just the breakdown. Yes, again, so the problem needs to be highlighted, or at least the solution that we do X amount of, we save X amount of time, something like that. Again, no logos. Yeah, again, this is what I mentioned. Hmm. So we have hero, then we have pain. I don't think we'll work like something needs to change here. The second section needs to be more direct, I think. Okay, let's actually ask for the copy now. Let's can you give me the copy now? So let's wait for it. Okay, it's asking certain questions. Let's see. I should have actually prompted this. Yeah. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, I think we should go for finance operations manager because this is like something very specific. What's the core pain point? Okay, too much manual reconciliation, audit prep is a nightmare month, and it's all of the above equally for sure because there are like a lot of subcategories under finance operations. Do they have real customer proof to use? I think they only have metrics or just like the logos. Yeah, they just have the logos for now. Um, right now they only have logos to show. So I'm just gonna type a custom response. Let's see what it gives us. No, I actually don't like this, what it has given. This can be like very, very like made a lot more compact. Um, the label. I like this. I like this. I think that 2015 one it's better than that 2015. Maybe that keyword we can mention somewhere, or at least that number can be there, right? Okay. Agents that work inside your stack, not around it. Well, let's do this and that, blah, blah, blah. How it works. Okay. Yeah, I really like this. See what Zalos does in 10 minutes. So this is very nice. This can be like can be a way that we can make people visualize that this is what we'll discuss on call, right? Even though if I go talk to our team, we can see, okay, they don't have any specific, yeah, it's just pretty plain. Like, yeah, they don't have a lot more context on what exactly they're going to do on call. So I think that is also something which can be added. So yeah, this is like a very genius idea by Claude. Thanks. Um, Leads with pain before naming the product. Yeah, so I think Hero will be, yeah, Hero isn't the best copy that it has given. So let's actually go and start adding things up. So I think for font, we can just go with the same font they're using. I think, let me open it up. So for this, I use Font Ninja and it can just easily scan. Okay, they're using Manrope and Georgia Regular. Yeah, just two of these fonts. So let's go with the same font. And right now I'm just going to be fixing the structure first. Like the visuals come later. So let's do that first. We'll have a heading, but I'm just going to set like fonts. So let's set Manrope. Right. So this is there. Let me copy all the, all right, this looks fine. Yeah, agents for your finance team is pending. Nah, this isn't good. We need to show them an outcome and also the pain point that is there, right? This is only, I think this isn't, this is too much at the same time. They're saying too much. We need to keep it very short. So let's see what we can think here. So on the other window, I'm opening this. So if I, look at that side, you'll understand why I'm looking there. Um, your finance team is spending half its week on work that shouldn't exist. Um, we- hmm. Not the best. We'll be using Claude to refine this further. Let's add percentage so we can also fix this up. So automate all tedious tasks, tedious finance. Let's see. Okay, this is good. Let's set a description now. We'll be using something like this. Let's reduce the opacity. So even like the small visual things, I like to do it, my process. So yeah, this is what I'm doing. This is fine. Okay, so this is what Claude gave us. Let's refine it further. I think this is like, again, yapping a lot. Zalos deploys AI agents that handle reconciliation. We're not going to be talking about AI agents specifically now because I think that word AI, it's just like, I don't, it's just everywhere, right? Even though we are using it, that's fine, but we have to talk it from like a Zalos perspective, right? Zalos handle reconciliation reporting and audit prep system your team already uses. Okay. I think this is still fine as it's literally like if you read this, you know what the whole product is. You don't even need to like, scroll and see. Unless, you're like not able to like fully understand well. Automate all tedious finance tasks. Okay, good. I think this makes a lot of sense. And then for a call to action, we can just see it in action. See in action. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is the same call to action that oh, actually I didn't read it. So it is given the same primary call to action. See it in action. And I think this should take them to the meeting link. See it live. Yeah, then it also gives them some idea that yeah, we can see it. Like it's real, they're not making shit up, right? So let's add some rounded corners. Yeah, that's fine. See it live, and then the other one can be, I think only one call to action is fine. We don't need to add anything else. The next thing that can come here is the video. We'll still have a background most likely, or we can go with a separate layout. But first I just want to put the content out. So, I think structure and all the other things can be done later. And I will just quickly add an auto layout. I'm not even going to add like this block for video. So this is what goes in the first section. And then we obviously have the logos that we're going to show. So I'm just going to be adding these rectangles. Right. So yeah, this is how, like, see the layout is pretty much the same because it's like a very common layout, but we still need something which adds even more value here. So yeah, this is the hero section. Now let's get into the second section, the most important one, which if someone is interested, will make them even more interested, right? So this is there. So first two sections of any website are like make or break a like product, so it's very important to know. The next section is the pain section. So this is what Claude has given. Wait, actually I do have this pasted. Okay, this is fine. So for this section, I am thinking we can have something that loads as you're reading. So if I keep it somewhere like this, like very subtle, like just to, somewhat visualize what can come up. Okay, let's get this. Finance ops is still running on human time. And then we have these 3 boxes that we can show. So this is the first one, the three pain points basically. Actually, I'll open in Claude because it's just a lot more well formatted. So we have month end close. Okay, let's actually do something here. Can we make this more conversational but still like retaining the context? Like I really like the heading that is here, but if we can add a bit more context and then just make the cards, the three main cards, a lot more easy to digest, and it still retains the context. So let's see what it gives us. Hmm. Yeah, I think this is still better. Like I really like this. Okay, let's go with this. We will need to slightly reduce the sizing. So what basically happens here is like right now you may think that oh, this is like a lot of text, but as we scroll this actually forms like animation, like it animates, right? Still running on. Let's say if I make this slightly bolder and then this, yeah, we can fix it later. And then so this is just like one section, right? This is just one section, and then these three cards come up. So again, I'll have to figure something to make it more seamless. Yeah, I think something like this also works. Maybe this can come in like the same section. I don't want to like put too much at the same time. So we have like these three cards then. So long it's been 35 minutes. Okay. I was just looking at the time. Then let's just make sure it's like this. And then we have month end close. Hmm. Schedule of this. Let's paste it. This will become like a lot more smaller. I'll actually add a stroke so and then we'll add 16 pixel for the description. Your team loses a week every single month. Just kidding. Let's actually try rewriting this a bit more shorter. I hope I do have the AI credits. Let's see. Oh, can't see it for some. Okay, it's not letting me see that, but it's fine. Your team loses a week. Yeah, I think each month, closing the books, chasing entries, fixing errors, waiting on approvals. While leadership makes decisions on incomplete data. Okay, I think this is a lot better. Thanks, Figma. We'll make this regular and we can like make the cards more. And this most likely will be like 20 pixels. And then we can just increase the size, take this down. We can have some iconography for sure, just to make it very easy to visualize. Otherwise, everything just looks like super text heavy. So we have the first card, then we have the second and the third. So for second, we have manual reconciliation. This is still, I think, very optimized in terms of length. Thousands of transaction matched by hand, one by one. It works until it doesn't. One missed entry. Okay, that's fine. Audit prep. Let's paste it and okay. Yes, I think this just flows a lot better. Like you have a very nice heading with most likely like a video at the center. And then you also see the people of back, which I think it's already there, already they're done very well. And then you have what the main issue is. Hmm. Oh, actually, I have another idea. Every so what will happen is we'll only have like uh okay, wait, I'll actually come to this later. I do have a very nice idea here, so I'm just gonna like um word change idea. That should work. And then you have three main pain points. This is done. Okay, so now we have a good summary of the product. We have problem statement. Now let's get into what like different approach that we are doing, which is like the shift. Let's see what this has given us. A different approach, agents that work inside your stack, not around it. Okay, this is really nice. Zalos does not ask you to migrate. Okay. Again, I think since we already have a very conversational section here, which is just being very direct to you, I think now people actually want to see what we're doing. So we need to show. We will most likely have to skip this, at least the body part. But I really like how this goes. Hmm. I think yeah, how it works, the process needs to come next. That's very important. Okay, let's actually work with the process. So let's do something like this. I'll actually just to have that contrast, I'm gonna change the section color. Um, and maybe we can merge it in a way like this, these both sections. Yeah, I think this is good. We can still use like this heading. Agents that work inside your stack, not around it. This, I think this can use like the similar section, but maybe we can just use 3 tabs. So what will happen is this is like the tab 1. Let me show it so you can visualize. Yeah, so basically this is like 1, then 2, and then 3. So what happens is instead of them scrolling through the section, what we can do is as you scroll, it automatically changes, or like you have to click through to change, even though that's not the best. So I think the best implementation will be if we just use the scrolling effect. So as you come to the section, this is the first is up by default, and as you scroll, then the second comes up, then the third loads up. I think yeah, that will look really nice. So that can be done. And again, this is just a design. I'm not going to be developing also. This is just to kind of also help you visualize. because if I start like developing it, it'll take years to complete. Not years, but you get what I'm saying, right? So this is there, and let's start by okay, let's actually do like redo some content here. I think it has already done, so I can just take a look. So here what I want is I want this to feel more like a system instead of just a step section. So that is something that I can oops. That is something that I can let Claude know, let Claude figure out. So I basically want to show this as a system, not just a process section. So can we think something more around headings? Because I think that just looks very basic. We need to sound more like a proper system or an infrastructure. So let's see how this goes. Good instinct. 3 steps from running to running. Okay. Let's open this. Integration, execution, accountability. Yeah, I think these words still sounds a lot better. Connect. We just have to make it feel a lot more enterprise, right? So that needs to be done. So let's actually start by integration. Okay, let's make it 16 and 16. We'll get rid of this. Execution. Accountability. And then we'll have like another layer, and let's add 16 and 16 here. Okay, this is fine. We'll also add this 16, and yeah, I think this is the perfect layout for this section. And then we can have, so again, as you can see now, this feels like very compact, and I think it works. It just looks a lot more like a proper system, right? So this, yeah, this works quite well. Then let's again set it up properly. And yeah, now we can start by adding the heading. Okay, so this is the heading. Then we'll have a description. Again, the sizing is very odd, so I'll fix that up. But let's actually make it a bit more like this. And then we'll have like an illustration here. This works. We'll have to reduce. And then we can have pointer 1, pointer 2, pointer 3, just like it is right now. Pointer 1, pointer 2, pointer 3. And then this is basically like, the process illustration. I'm just going to mention that also. Process illustration. So now what happens is like I've basically reduced the size by half of the section, and it's not even that they're gonna miss something. Like as they scroll, like this will change with each scroll, right? On phone, this can just be stackable cards. That's fine. But on desktop, I think this will just save a lot of time and effort. And I think most of their target audience is gonna come from desktop. So that's where I think it matters the most anyways. So yeah, that's there. Obviously, unless they're running ads, for which phone, like mobile matters a lot, right? Okay, this is good. Side stack, not around it. Maybe the heading needs certain rework. Let's actually ask Claude for this. So I basically want you to rework on the headline so it feels a lot more as an infrastructure. Right now, the headline sounds a bit odd. It belongs to a different section. And also, I want you to give me content for all the three steps, which now I have updated as integration, execution, accountability. We need a headline, we need a small description, we need three pointers. I think a lot of them are already there, so you can just rework and improve them and just like make it a lot more smoother and um, make it easier to understand. Wait, I think I should add description here. This works. Let's copy the section. So this is what I'm doing on Cloud on the other screen, just so you're also aware. And let's see how this goes now. Oh, I love this. One integration, three layers, zero manual handoffs. Hmm. Okay, I mean, I do like this, but this is like the sounds and yeah, as you can see here, right? It directly acknowledges their existing stack, removes the fear of change, and positions Zalos as the missing piece rather than a replacement. The automation layer, can we make C a lot more smaller or maybe compact without losing the context? Because right now I think it's just too big of a headline. Or maybe we can divide it into headline and description. I think that will also work. Okay, this is great. The stack you have, the layer you're missing. Okay. The stack you have, the layer you're missing. And then we just make it like write a description on top of this. So let's select this and no migration or replacement, no new system to manage, just automation layer of your finance infrastructure you were missing. Great. I think this looks perfect. I mean, sounds perfect. Still needs some work in terms of visuals. And then we can just, yeah, so this is what they've given integration. Your data stays where it lives. So again, as you can see, this is adding like a lot of assurance instead of it being like a totally different section. It's everything that you like, all the process and all the reassurance is being done here. Okay, let's do it like this. Okay, this is great. You can then add something like this. Let's make it smaller. Okay, so let's now add all the pointers that are there. Let's get it like this. So let's see. Yeah, so I think, since we have my mouse. Since we have like what they have done is they have already mentioned the systems with logos here. So I think to save some space, we can follow um, like the same layout that they're using, which is securely securely login across all your finance systems. So I've removed some filler words that were not really required. So we have these three pointers, and so these are there. And after that, yeah, so this is like the first. Then since like you click, then only it changes. I'll just duplicate and still add the content. So yeah, let's get into heading. Directory work handled automatically. So this is like the second. No, not this. Handled. Okay, we may need to slightly reduce the sizing. Let's use 32. Scan slightly balance. Once connected, blah blah blah. This is fine. Matches transactions. Okay, this is great. Then again, we show the process illustrations, right? So this is the second pointer, and then we have the third one, which is accountability. Every decision documented before you ask. All decisions documented before you ask. Okay, that's great. Does not just automatic. Okay, this is great. I think this is coming out really, really nice. Let's add like an auto layout so we can somebody fix the design. And then full audit trail evidence, and then nothing to reconstruct. Okay, so we now have the whole three main steps, and it also reassures the user. So it's just not like, I think this summarizes everything, like the whole process, a lot better than what was happening before. And I think when I start doing visuals, it's gonna get even better, right? So this is just like the tip of the iceberg. Okay, so built for enterprise finance teams. Um, okay. Let's see what else they have given us. Let me just go to my Claude. This is what section? This is, I think they have somewhat skipped this section. Let's see. What I'll do is I'll go here and I will. Hmm. Yeah, I think it has skipped the section. Oh, have you skipped the section? I basically want to show this, but I want to keep the description very to the point. Um, and maybe we can also add some chips under it to kind of give like the benefit that they're getting, like one chip under the description. And also description gets smaller and even the heading gets a lot better. So yeah, this is how I like to prompt. May sound a bit weird, but it works every time, so that's great. Hmm. Okay, this is fine. I just want to make sure my usage isn't full. I'm just going to quickly check. Okay, we are like almost 90%, so we have to be careful now. Let's get all these cards. Um, let's make this longer. Let's use this only. I'll duplicate this and we can get rid of the fill that is there. Built for enterprise finance teams. Okay, end-to-end encryption, full auditability and rigorous data protection, adopt automation without touching your compliance posture. Great, great, great work. Let's make it smaller and yeah, then we can add like a highlight of this. So what happens is whenever we're showing the information, right, I think it's very important that we need to, um, let me just quickly make this first. Oops. I think it's very important that we divide the information in a way that it's that you can scan through it instead of reading it. So I think this is what I'm trying to accomplish here. So let's add this. I think this is a certification or something, SO2 ready from what I've heard. Let's make it 8. This can be 4. Yeah, so enterprise grade security. This connects with this side. Oh, they are SO2 ready because I think this is technical things that obviously the end user will have a better idea on. Even though it doesn't make like a lot of sense to me because I'm not a finance guy. But I do understand, how like the information should flow through your landing page, right? Then let's get to the second pointer, which is acts on inefficiency, not red flags, not just red flags. Sorry, needs to be there. Now we simply need to paste the information, reduces operational cost. Let's do it like this. Then we can add. Okay, scales with your volume. Not your headcount, actually, yeah. I'm missing few words here. Hmm. I think your was coming 2 times, so just remove it once. Your volume, not headcount. Zero headcount dependency. Okay, that's good. And then we have gets more accurate over times. Okay, so this can be an issue because Mm, because then people can think that, oh, it's not going to be accurate at first, right? So even if we add like gets more accurate, I don't think that really um that really explains it better. We can always evolving. um yeah, I think something like that. Always evolving with your workflow. Every task is evaluated, logged. Yeah, so as you can see, this, I think this will just look and even sound a lot better now. Hmm. Continuously learning is a better one, right? So yeah, I think this is solid. We just need like some form of iconography, and I think this just, yeah, let's just add this. Oops, let's make it hug, and let's get all this slightly darker so you can also visualize that, this is like the icon. Okay, I think this is looking fine. What's next? So I think it's only been an hour and we're almost done with just setting up the whole page, right? Um, so I think now we don't even need this section because this is already being explained in like this. And even this section is a lot more explained now. So this just adds a lot more importance now since one section is pretty much reduced. And once we hide these all, then you can see it becomes even more compact. So yeah, this is how I think when I designed. So let's move forward now. What's next? Next section is okay. Um, okay, there's one issue. I know I just mentioned that we don't need that. That we may need that section, but it will be a part of it. And as you can see, this is also something that Claude has given me. But I really like this headline that they're using, right? And also like these logos that needs to be added. So what we can do is we can simply just um, use this, yeah, at the end. And then we can just add works with what you have. So this isn't like a new section, it's just like a part of it, right? So this can be made like that. And then you have this next section. And right now there is no social proof, so I'm not even going to include it. I don't want to like add any fake information on the website since this is somewhat of a like a proper redesign that I'm doing, right? So I don't want to write something totally new or completely new. So we can just leave testimonial for now, even though it's very important section. But even if I do, it'll be like simple testimonial, right? So you have an image, then you have description, and just like the designation. Let's add all this in auto layout, maybe not. It's fine for now. Okay, so what's next? Next is the team section. We can keep it pretty much the same. We can just reduce the sizing because I think it's taking like too much of space. And it can be like written better. Even if you take a look what Claude has given, I think it's somewhat quite good. Built by people who understand finance structure. This sounds a bit corny, right? I think we can go with, yeah, this is also nice. Built by uh built by people who understand finance structure. So we can go with like the similar theme here. Let's Let's actually duplicate it. Who understand finance. I think infrastructure, is it adding a lot of value or is it? Yeah, let's just get rid of infrastructure. Oops. Who understands finance? A team with background in AI. Okay. We are a team professionals with background in AI engineering, enterprise, security, and financial operations. We have seen what happens when finance instruction fails at scale. Yeah, let me see if this will even. No, I think it's explaining too much at the same time. So we may need to break this down. And I think a very good thing we can do is we can add like some form of quotation, like one very important line that they believe in, something around that. So let's make that structure. Like the layout will still be the same because there are only two people and there's not like a lot you can do or show uh, with just like two people in terms of layouting and design. So I'm just gonna like let's just make this one card like this, and yeah, we can just write some form of quotation. Let's say this in finance. And then we can add like their name. So this is William, and remove this maybe. And we can have like CEO. So we can have X UK General Manager at, I don't know how you pronounce that, but yeah, this is good. We can just like add a, wait, this can be in italics. Oh, actually Manrope doesn't have italics. That's sad. Yeah, this can be like something like this. Let's make it. Okay, that's great. Then again, we can just, I'm just gonna keep this same for now, but I can just like copy the imagery that they have. Let's just copy their faces, copy this, paste, copy this, and then we paste it. And then I'm gonna type Hung's name. He's the CTO. I need to actually check their LinkedIn just to mention the exact position that they were in. Oh, actually, yeah, this guy did work in Apple, so we can just add like X Apple. Yeah, I think we can just add Apple. I'm not sure what exactly to add further. So millions. Okay, this is great. And then we simply end it. Or I think the best way we can end it is just like, how do we do it? Let's make a frame first. We can just, yeah, let's use a frame. Let's make it 0. Let's increase the width. This can just end with Calendly. So so all the traffic is focused on like one. Obviously they have, oh, actually it's all on one page only. Yeah, so I think even obviously careers needs to be on another page, but if they click on talk to our team, maybe they're doing this so they can track it well. I'm not very sure, but this can just stay on like one page, right? So let's just go with that. So we can just, follow pretty much the same, not the same layer. Let's break it because this needs, because there are two big elements, right? So let's make it like this and let's, oops, see what Zalos does in 10 minutes. Okay, so we can divide this better. I like the first line that they're using. We can just get a focus walkthrough of what your teams. Okay, this is great. And then we add list spacing, like a bit of that. Okay, this works. And then we simply just add Calendly. Okay, I think this is perfect. And then we simply just end with the food. I don't think we need to put a lot of effort on footer since I think the website itself explains everything like a lot better now. So let's just add an auto layer to end this with. And yeah, this is like the new structure now. Let me know what you think. So this is like the first part, which is done. Now I'm just going to quickly take a break and then work on the second part. So I'll see you in a bit. Okay, guys, so I'm back. I actually forgot to like start the recording again. Like I had it paused, so I have lost some of the progress that I made. Like I basically just changed, like I did some color changes. I added like the video here, and I'm sticking to like the darker shades only. I think that will look a lot better. And I've also kind of taken some of the examples that are here. So as you can see, this is one of a very good website that I really like. This is called Angel. The thing is, I like the layout here, not the colors, because colors I think on ours they can be in a lighter mode. So now let's see what else we can do. So this is what image that they were using, which I think was looking a bit off. And the only reason for that was again, I think it's not really adding a lot of value. It's looking a bit random. If they didn't had like this view at the back of these skyscrapers and this person standing, maybe this person could have been working. That would have suited a lot better. So let's see what we can do here. So I have added image like this, but still I think this looks very plain. It doesn't add like a lot of um, feel to it. So let's see how we can improve the whole taste of this. So for that, let's actually get back again to Pinterest to just see, because a lot of this is trial and error, and me trying to kind of record this, it can take a lot of time. So I'll try to, um, be more quick on this. Okay, so there's also another theme that which I liked. It's very plain, but I think the imagery that is being used, it's just it just looks a lot better. It feels like a proper real product, and like it's using real images of people, which just adds a lot more like human touch to it, right? Because we're literally showing humans here. Okay, so what can we do? So let's actually get this here, and we can like paste it like this. Yeah, so this is another one. So a full dark theme was also something that I was thinking, but it's not standing out that well. So we'll go with this only. This is also good. I like how they have three different things. The first is an image maybe of a founder or something. Then the second is basically like somewhat of a interface of what exactly happens at the product, and then is like the testimonials from someone, right? So maybe that is one thing that we can do. So let's actually think about it. Hmm. I'm having this idea. Wait, I'll actually make a copy just to be sure. I'm just going to duplicate it like this, and I'm going to be making all the changes directly here. So I'm going to get rid of all the auto layout that is there. So what I'm thinking is we can have three boxes just like they have here. I think this is a good format to go with. Okay, let's go. Right, so this is one. The second will be the video. So if they click on it, it basically, it shows like a pop-up video. I think that will look really nice. And the third one can actually be testimonial. Okay. I think I mentioned that we may not include testimonial, but I think that will make like a lot of sense considering this is a new product. So again, like in my design process, there are a lot of times I, go back to what I initially didn't want to go with. So, it's like a mix and match of things as we proceed. Okay, so we have these three boxes here, and yeah, let's actually start with the video one because this one is still quite obvious what we can add. So let's actually copy this image and we're gonna paste this. Can be like a fill. Yes, I think this I think this already looks a lot better. And then we can have like a testimonial. So for testimonial, maybe we can go with a darker color again, since that's what we're going with. So I'm going with this like very muted, desaturated green, or we can try something with blue. But I think blue is a bit more. I'm not very sure if this is gonna look the best, but let's see, right? And then the third block, maybe it can be the image, or it can be, let's actually ask Claude on what we can do. Let's first add some content here. Some testimonial. So let's actually go to Claude and start asking the questions. So we're actually thinking of making a very dynamic hero section. We'll have three blocks. The two I am quite sure what to go with. The middle one will basically be a video. If you click on it, there's like a pop-up. And the third one will be like a testimonial. So what can be like the first one? That's something that I want more clarity on, because I think this will just look like a lot better if we go with three blocks instead of two or just one video. Let's see what AI has to offer. Okay. Okay, I actually didn't thought of it. We can have metric, and we may not even need to use it as a block. This can, yeah, okay, let's actually see what content we can use here. Okay, this is good. Can you give me like some real-time numbers that we can add? They have to look very realistic. It can be like, let's say, hours saved, and let's give me like three, like the best three. Okay, this is good. Okay, this is perfect. So now let's start adding the numbers. First, let's actually add testimonial. Um, Give me like three testimonials. Make them like shorter, but also like add like the name and the description of the person who has like said that. Okay, so this is what I've gotten. I think this is before. We can add like image of the person here. So what I'll do is I'll use UI, or maybe we can just go with Pinterest, because again, this isn't like the official design that they'll be changing to. So we can just go with any image. Um, let's go home and then we search for corporate headshot. That's the right keyword to go for. Let's actually search it here. Wait, why isn't this loading? So search here, corporate headshot. I think something. Yeah, I like this. So that's. But see, this the image here is quite dark, right? I mean the clothes that he's wearing is quite dark, so this may not even go that good. So maybe something like this. So let's get this guy here. We can then remove the background. So as it's removing the background, we're just gonna place it here. Yeah, I think this looks nice. Then we paste him. We make sure the content is clipped so this doesn't leak. We make it smaller. Yeah, something like this will make a lot more sense. We can also have like a quotation block, quotation, like the symbol that is there. Let's make it outline stroke. So we can simply just switch it like this. Just four, and then we can also add more text. Uh, since it has given the agents handled it out so well, we can add that. Handled it out so well. It's real. It's really impressive tech. Perfect. Let's make a duplicate of this and we make it smaller. We can name this guy. Let's see what Claude is given. Yeah. VP. I think VP is fine. This is perfect. Then we'll just reduce it like this. Perfect. I think this looks really nice. Now we just need to add stats. Or what I'm thinking, maybe if we take, no, I think video should come in the front, right? That makes a lot more sense. This can just be like this, and we can like maybe add two numbers. Let's take both of these here. Let's make it just plain black for now, and we can start adding. What can we add? 8.3 days close cycle. Or maybe you can add like this 94,000 plus. Let's make it something like this. Transaction reconciled auto per month. Something like this. I think, yeah, this looks really nice. Maybe there's another idea in my mind. So this can be something which keeps on changing. Reconciled per month. Yeah, I think automatically is not really required. It's quite obvious, right? Do too much. Let's undo this. These can be like 3 dots, which like 3 slideshow elements that can keep on changing. Let's keep it like this. So again, all the colors are not finalized. I'm just kind of refining it. Let's make it, just keep it any color for now. We can increase the size even more. Here we will have like a certain icon that we can show. That's something we can see what we want to add. These two can be the stacks, and okay, I think this looks quite good. We just need to fix certain colors here. So okay, so this is the first section. Now let's get into second section. So second section, I think we can slightly simplify a bit more. Finance ops is still running on human time every. Okay, I'm actually just gonna get rid of this, and this can then come in as a description. So let's reduce here. We make this auto layout. We reduce the size to 16. We make it regular. Let's make it, oops. Let's make it 70. Yeah, so second section, I need to look into my document what description did I keep. Okay, I'm gonna take this to Claude. For this section, can we write a better description, which basically explains it further? Just make sure the length is not that big. It still gives me such a big paragraph. Needs to be shortened. Every close cycle reconciliation and audit prep takes the same long hours from stretch teamwork. That should, okay, this is good. Perfect. Now let's start improving the design here. First, let's see what we can make this for like the icon. So now I'm going to be opening Chat GPT because I think that's just like a lot better in terms of, getting some good imagery out. So what I'll do is I will, okay, let's actually, can you export like the memories of this particular um, landing page that we're analyzing, this brand? I'm moving to Chat GPT for illustration design. So I just need the idea of the brand. So till this is giving us this, let's look into certain illustration that we can use. So I'm not going to be creating icons and illustration from scratch because it's just going to take like a lot more time. So let's see what we can do. Let's go into finance design and see what can be done. Maybe we can just go with like an any icon library that we can use. So, oh, actually, I really like this iconography that is being used. I mean, the illustration. Let's search icons as the keyword. Okay, I actually really like this. Just take a look. Wow. Let's copy this and okay, actually we'll paste it here. Just so this looks, yeah, this. And then we can go to Claude and see what it has given us. And I'll just paste this here. So yeah, this is what I've given it. I'm also going to go into Chat GPT again and sorry, this is let's copy this full page. Oh, it has already given me a design system. Like it has understood what this is about, right? But I'll still paste like the landing page. I basically want to understand what can we show in the hero and the second section. The second section will basically be like simple icons only. The first one will also be an icon, but there can be 2, 3 different metrics for the icon that we can show. Let's make it this. Let's use this instead of the pitch black that we're going with. Yeah, I think this looks better. It'll make it regular. Something that I missed. Okay, let's see. No, I honestly don't like this direction that it has given, but still let's understand for second section. Okay, I basically want you to write a master prompt which will basically show the iconography and illustrations we can use for the second section. You can actually generate all the three icons for the second section based on the cards. So let's see what it spits out. Till then, we can again refine the following sections. So let's make them all white. Let's actually go with this. Yeah, I think this will look really nice. Integration. See the font sizing, it's really like big. So that needs to be sorted first. We make it hug contents. And even this needs to. So here we can start by generating like better imagery, and we can also start by improving this. So let's go and start looking into icons. Let's set this like this, and let's paste it like this. Perfect. This can go like this. This is 16, it works. This also works, I guess. We can then just set everything in like proper auto layout because I like arranging things. It's something I really like doing before, actually improving the design further. So yeah, this is good. Maybe we can add more padding from inside. And this can actually be auto. Okay, I actually like this a lot. So now we also need to start adding imagery. So what I will do is, okay, this is what it has given us. We'll do something on this. First, let's also start generating certain images. So I basically want to generate images like these will be real images of people working, and on top of it I will be adding some form of UI elements just like they currently have right now. But the thing is, the imagery that they're using is not the best, so I want to understand what type of imagery we can go with. We have to show real life scenarios that people are working in. I'm sharing few images just so you get a very good idea on the lighting that I want on the images. So yeah, I'm sharing it. Okay, so that is there. We can now go to, oops, this is fine actually. I'll go back and we can do one thing. we can go home feed. Hmm. Then let's start searching. Photography. I actually really like this. Yeah, I think this will suit really well. So what I'll do is I'll actually go into ChatGPT since my Claude is will run out of limit. So I'm gonna paste everything here and I will ask for its assistance. Um, so this is there, pasted. This also can literally just be copied and pasted. I'm also gonna paste this so it understand, the context of all these three. Also, the third image is basically how what content needs to be done needs to go in all three tabs. So yeah, that is just for reference from content. Don't take any style from the third image. It's just the wireframe. So I mainly need image prompt, which I will be using in a software called FreePic. All right, let's see. Now it's going to be analyzing images. So let's do one thing. Let's go to FreePic, which is, I love using FreePic. Like you can generate really good imagery out of like this. Let's go. Oh, okay, this looks nice. All right, so it has already given us like a master prompt. Okay, I think this looks nice. Wow, this has already given me some like good idea on what I want. So let's start by, it's not letting me copy it. Okay, now I can copy. So this is like the master prompt. What I'll do is I'll come inside FreePic. I will paste the master prompt, or at least lighting environment. And we can start with the first image. Let's see what it spits out. Just click on generate. So these are all the other images that I have done for other projects. So, you can ignore this. Okay, this is still fine. I think this is still quite realistic. So let's go with this as the first image. Your data stays where it lives. Okay, this is good. And if we actually compare what they are trying to show, we can use similar just to kind of save some time. Because again, this is just like a process. It's not like the final thing that they're gonna go with, right? Okay, so we'll need all these logos. But I'm just trying to figure out how we can add it. All right, let's actually also ask GPT. System connectors. Okay, oops, I think this is an image. Yeah, this is better. So now I can add. Using this plain white. And then we can add all the logos that are there. So we need Oracle, SAP, QuickBooks. Let's go with this. Let's add Workday Unit 4. Okay. Let's again make sure that we have this here. See, I think this is good just to kind of show them that, like the programs that they use. There's another thing that we can do, but yeah, this is going to look too much. Okay, this is there. Let's also add this. So this is like selected. Yes, something like this. And we can actually use the same logos just for now. Let's increase size a bit. Since we're showing it here, we may not need these logos, but this is just to basically show all the logos that are there. So don't take it that these are the literal logos that need to go. It can also change. So yeah, this is there. I think this looks good for this particular block. I don't think I need to really go into the other ones because they will follow like the similar pattern and also will save like a lot of time for me, because already I think we are more than almost 2 hours long, right? So yeah, we can move forward now. Do this. We can actually come back here and fix these, like add these icons here. So here we can, all right, we already have a good idea on what we can go with. Yeah, something like this, right? Let's copy these and let's paste it here. Oops, to make it smaller. Okay, so first we need to go into calendar. So let's go to phosphor icons and I need fill. I think fill will look a lot better. Calendar, something like this. And then we'll simply add a better brand colors on top of it to, make it look a lot better. Let's go with something like this for now. And then manual reconciliation. This is something we can add as a document. Or maybe like clock. Actually, let's add a document since that's what it is. Yeah, we can just put it here. This is, let's go for 56. And for audit, this can be, let's see if there's anything that Okay, audit can basically be like a scan the icon. Yeah, something like this. Okay, so we're just keeping them black icons for now. Let's move to other, let's copy this style that is there. And then we simply paste it. Same for the icons. And we're going to be using like the same icon. So let's just add shield. Yeah, let's use this. We'll get rid of the others. Like we can get like a target. Yeah, this looks good, and this needs to be 48. This can be like a bar chart. Hmm. Okay, so this is there. Let's actually make sure this also gets updated. So let's now fix this. I will again use the same. So I think it's already fixed, right? Just like the small color change. You're gonna make this 24, add some rounded corners. Actually, for this section, maybe there's something we can do better. Let's see. Let's actually duplicate this. What if we just use like full imagery? Like something like this. And what we can do is we can use it like this, get rid of this. It will all make sense. Just give me some time. We add like a gradient. We make this 100 and we keep it like this, and then we make it white. It also remains white, but of course this goes 14. The gap between them gets reduced. Let's do it like this. This can be 70, this can be 60. and this can remain as it is. Maybe we can make it 0. And boom, there you have it. I think this looks a lot better. So if they hover on it, then we can show like a better, like this text can appear then. We just paste this on imagery. Okay, I think this looks a lot better than I was expecting. Let's make this fill container. So, all right, I'll actually get rid of this now. Yeah, this just looks like a lot better. And then we simply end it. So final call to action need to have like a lot of impact and a lot of personality to it. So what we can do is, I'm actually thinking if we can go with like the darker theme, but I'm not sure if that's going to look really good. Okay, so we can just keep it like this. What we'll do is let's actually try just for once. And of course, not like pitch black. We will go with something like, so let's actually go into each and every section now. So it clearly mentions like what exactly it's doing, and it also has some social proof. It's also showing exactly the amount of impact that it has made. Like this will keep on switching. The video is also here if they want to see. And then you have these three icons, like the main problems like that usually comes in. And after that, there's actually this process that is there. So first we start with integration, execution, and accountability, and then you have each and every um, layer that is there. And then we have built for enterprise and finance teams. So here we have these 4 good icons that are there. And then it's built by the people who understand the finance really well.